So, South Korea, Korea, decided they wanted to make a sports coupe. Well, this is the finished product. This is the 2018 Kia Stinger. Now, when you think of the words Kia and South Korea, or just Korea and Kia, you think the C apostrophe D, the Sorento, just SUVs. Then you got the Hyundai range as well. Now, they've never really made a sports car or a sports coupe or even a sedan, and that is until now. This, like I said, is 2018 Kia Stinger, and well, there's no other way to describe it. It is awesome. This car has 365 horsepower, it has 376 foot-pounds of torque, and it weighs 3,570 pounds. They are all very good numbers. It has two 2.5s on the front, two 2.55s on the rear, road tyres are standard, it's rear-wheel drive and it's front-engined. Okay, it's got a turbocharged 3.3 litre V6, which goes from 0 to 60 in 4.9 seconds, 0 to 100 in 11.6 seconds, 60 to 0 on 140 feet, 100 to 0 in 354 feet, with a top speed of 184. Now there are all the stats, and that's been pretty quick. That's because I want to talk about this car in detail. Now, I absolutely adore this thing. I think they've done an incredible job, have Kia, with this car. Now, look at it. It looks mean, it looks aggressive, it looks like it wants to eat some sedan sports coupe ass. It wants to get on the back tails and overtake them, but it probably can't. Well, the issue is this car isn't nearly powerful enough for for the market it's going up against. If we're talking race terms, or if we're talking about power and laps and racing terms, this car really isn't that good against what it is supposed to be going up against. However, if you don't compare it to everything else, this car is pure beauty. Looks great. It sounds great. The power and the acceleration is great. It's got an incredible top speed of 184 miles an hour. For a four-door sedan, 184 miles an hour is incredible. 0 to 60 in 4.9 seconds. Yeah, if we compare it to the likes of the Bugatti Chiron, which we talked about yesterday, in 4.9 seconds exactly, the Bugatti Chiron was doing 100. But that's like a bloody hypercar. This is doing 40 less miles an hour in the same time as a hypercar. Now, yeah, that might seem 40 miles an hour is a lot, but really, it's incredible. Now, there isn't really anything I can complain about this car. It looks great, sounds great, like I said, it's got good acceleration. The brakes are impeccable. The brakes really do get this thing slowed down. It's got a good grip. You see I'm sliding it around now on purpose, because it's fun. It's lively. It wants to be thrown around. It wants to be like kind of just thrown side to side, sliding around, doing crazy stuff. But the thing is, if I had to complain about one thing, is it's just not powerful enough. If you want to slide this thing round, you have to mostly be in second gear or third gear, but third gear will sometimes just not have the power band range for it to kind of get drifting in that. So it's not as much as having not enough power, because it has a really good amount of power, as it's just the gear ratios can just be a bit awkward sometimes, and that doesn't really fare well for drifting. It doesn't fare well for acceleration either. You'll find that you will be going through gears sometimes not fast enough, and you'll be accelerating for a long time, and sometimes you're just going through and bang. It doesn't really, I mean, obviously the gear ratios are all the same place, but sometimes it feels just not what you want, or too much for what you want. Just dropped my phone with all the information I need on for this. So yeah, it's not really what you kind of would expect it. The gear ratios aren't the best, but then again, you know, it's meant to be driven, it's meant to be on the highway doing 70, going from, well, I don't know any place in Korea, so we'll say like Manchester to London. They're the only places I really go to. Because I live in Manchester, it's the only place to go to London. But this car is genuinely incredible. I adore this car. I don't know, there's just something about it. I just really enjoy driving this car. I think it's very lively. It's very fun to drive. It looks great. And it's just different. I don't know, it's just different from the likes of the RS7, which we have taken around. What other cars have we taken around like this? Not really took many, actually. The Alfa Romeo Giulia Quadrifoglio was probably the car I would compare most to this, but then again, the Alfa had like 100 more horsepower and weighed a lot less. This is rear-wheel drive, so it's not got the all-wheel drive like understeer or anything, so that's perfectly fine. But I don't know, it's just not really competitive in where it wants to be competitive in. I mean, you'll see later on in the video what we get on drag, drift, and lap, but I mean, that's not really what you want. You buy this car just for the fun aspect of it. You don't really buy it to be competitive. And at what 46,000 credits you pay for this car, that is in 46,000. You'll see a video tomorrow, which is quite good. 46,000 for the what you get from it. But anyway, the next thing we do is take it to the drag strip, where this car didn't do so well. Let me just silence my Xbox before that makes any more noise. Yeah, the keyest thing got a drag time of a 12.864, which is 0.5 of a second down on the Chrysler 300 SRT and 0.3 faster than an Audi Q7, so put it into 22nd place. Now the thing is, it's not really good, but I mean, you're not meant to be drag racing it. The next challenge was obviously to take it to the drift track, which I was very excited for, because this thing was fun to drift. You could get it to do pretty long drifts, and round Maple Valley it has the right power band for it to really be sliding and doing very well, and just kind of doing like in the right power band for what you want, sliding around what you want, doing it just does what you want it to at Maple, and it's got the right amount of power. You saw yesterday with the Bugatti Chiron, that was too powerful for its own good. This is like perfect. This is my type of drifting, low power, good amount of liveliness, and this is just how I love to drift, and that really does pay dividends. As you can see, I can just get it sideways, keep it held, coming around this really long left-hander now, and this car can just keep it going. It's got enough power to really get around that and keep it sideways most of the time, and just keep it, going. And like, you can get it to extend that drift, you can get it to do short drift, big angle, and I never really lost control of this car. I was in control of it a lot of the time. I don't think I ever went backwards. You see me crash because I just kind of threw it off the track sometimes. I mean, that's because usually when you'd go off like into the dirt, it kind of just drags the car out. That wasn't me losing control of the car, it was just the car, well, the game, the Forza engine that kind of did that. And my god, does it look good while drifting about. I'm not even gonna lie, it looks incredible. Like, look at this thing. It's just it's really good just to watch slide round, and yeah. Like, that's all I can say, just yeah. I do love this car. It was a lot of fun to drift round. It did incredibly well, as you'll see in a minute. And as you can see, we do get good angle, we do get good drift, and we do get a very good score. We kept it on track, and now it's the acceleration zone down to the line. And the keyest thing got a best lap of the 37,020, which was into second place, which is 500 points down the Jeep Trackhawk, but it is like 100 points up on that Ford GT in 2017. So that does very good. But now obviously we take it round the Suzuka full circuit, where this car had 5 practice laps, and now it's time for its hot lap, where we kind of can expect this thing, as it's not really competitive with where you would expect it to be, not to be as fast. But the thing is, it's not as fast, but it does feel much faster. It feels a lot faster than it actually is, which on one hand is incredible, because you just kind of have so much fun. On the other hand, it's kind of really not, because you feel like you're going faster, and then when you get the lap time, you're like, oh, is that it? Is that how slow it actually is? But you can really nail these S-bends here, these S-curves, and it does just go where you tell it to go, which, is good in a car. When you tell it to go somewhere, it does it. And unlike the Bugatti Chiron, we come up to the Dunlop curve in a minute, you can just keep it full power around here. Keep full throttle and it just stays, and it does look excessively slow. It does look really, really slow. And it sounds like it should be going fast, but it's not. And the Dunlop curve, you can, like I said, the brakes are phenomenal, so you could brake really late in this car, get it turned in, get it kept on the race line to accelerate out, but the only problem was its acceleration wasn't there. Its acceleration really wasn't there. You could keep it full power in here, obviously, and now we're coming up to the uphill hairpin. Most cars come really, really undone here. Will the Kia? Oh, no, it doesn't. The Kia doesn't get any wheel spin, and, you know, I think that's mainly just due to the lack of acceleration it's got. It does suck, but, I mean, like we said, this isn't a car you want to be competitive with. And you can keep it full throttle around this long right-hander as well. Coming into Spoon, where this car really does do well at Spoon, because, like I said, it goes where you go, so you can keep it tight, and you can just keep it on the racing line the whole way around, and there's no really issue with that. And now we're back on the inside line, and there's no going wide. It just goes where you tell us. Look at how cool that car looks. It's a crazily good looking car. And, you know, now we're onto the back straight, and this is where also it's going to really, really be pulled back. We were only doing 142 coming down here, which, as you know, is not fast. Compared to like the RS7, which was doing about 160, the Quadrifoglio, which was doing 155. So yeah, it's not really done going as fast. I know when it comes to the Capital Triangle, this thing is rear-wheel drive, but then again, through the lack of acceleration, you don't really have as much wheel spin as you'd expect it to. And now we've just got the massive acceleration zone. We can just keep it on the inside line and then just extend out the track and just get as much speed as possible. Now it's the run. Obviously, we just sit slow and across the line. The Kia Stinger goes straight into 21st place with a 2:46.63, which is 3 seconds down on the Mercedes-Benz A45 AMG and 3/10 faster than the Chrysler 300 SRT8. So yeah, it's slow. But is that a bad thing? Now, necessarily no. Well, I mean, in what we're doing, yes, it's a bad thing, but the thing is, you can't upgrade cars in Forza Motorsport 7, as you know, and this did come with a new car pack, and I think this car is really, really good. And if you don't want to, if you want to have this car just to have fun in, then it is perfect. Like, what is the nearest nearest four-door car? It would be the Giulia Quadrifoglio, like the nearest car that's like this, and I got a 2:35, so it's like 5 seconds slower. But I mean, the Quadrifoglio and this, I would obviously choose the Quadrifoglio because I love that car, but this, it is just fun to have fun in. You just kind of drive it and do what you want in it. So, my final verdict. Does this ruin the car pack? No. Should you still buy the car pack? Yes. Should you buy this car? Definitely. Definitely give it a try. And, you know, see how you feel about it, but I don't feel like this is something you can really race competitively unless you upgrade it, and then it might turn out to be good. This is only in C class. The RS7 and the Quadrifoglio are in A class, is what you've got to remember as well. This is only in C class, so, you know, it's not going to be any good compared to them. It's 2 classes down. But yeah, if you've enjoyed this video and want to see more car reviews like this in the future, then make sure you leave a like and subscribe for more car reviews, because, you know, I'm going to do them anyway. I really enjoy them, but your support always helps. Comment down below your views on the Kia Stinger and what car you want to see us review next. Now, the next 2 cars that I really want to review are the Dodge Durango and the Ram 2500 Power Wagon, so they should be coming soon. But yeah, anyway, if you enjoyed, like I said, leave a like, subscribe for more, and that's it from me, TMDC Hyper, signing out.